Hello everyone, welcome to the Tristar Gym channel. Today's episode is a knee on stomach transition. Okay, knee on stomach transitions. This is a BJJ advanced basics video, so it's good for all levels. I consider it, if you're a white belt, this is a great video for you. If you're a black belt, there are going to be a lot of key details in this video that I think are going to add to your game. So this is really meant for people who are just starting out in Jiu-Jitsu and don't really understand the key concepts in Jiu-Jitsu. But still, nonetheless, the details in this video are for every level. Okay, so if you're a white belt, these are some key transitions that will make your jiu-jitsu very fluid. Okay, so I highly recommend starting in these type of positions. So look what I'm doing here. I'm in a position called knee on stomach. My right knee is on his stomach. My left leg is extended. Now, when I extend my left leg here, what I like to do is I like to keep this leg roughly about level to the head. Okay, so I don't want my leg back here, and I don't want my leg too close to him over here where he can grab it. Okay, so the reason why I keep it here is because I want to keep the ability to push in this exact angle. Why? Because if he tries to roll in this direction here, I want to be able to stop him. So this foot is going to push in the opposite direction of a key roll that the men on the bottom usually try to do. If you're on the bottom, you sometimes want to roll into your opponent's legs and kind of grab his legs and take him down. Okay, so I want to make sure I avoid that at all costs. So look how I'm going to avoid this. I'm going to grab my opponent's elbow here. I'm going to lift it up. Watch how I lift up his elbow. And I collar tie him. We're going to get a good look at the collar tie here. This is a very important grip here, especially for no gi. This works beautifully with gi, but also with the no gi, you absolutely must know this grip if you're going to do no gi jiu-jitsu. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. My opponent on the bottom, obviously he doesn't want to be in this position. What's one thing he wants to do? He wants to bump his hips and he wants to try to rotate in this direction, or he wants to regard. Okay, so the first component here is I'm going to stop his ability to roll towards me. Notice this elbow, what I'm doing with it here. I'm grabbing his elbow and I'm lifting it up. Okay, I'm lifting his elbow up so it goes against the grain of his roll. And now here I have what we call a collar tie. My forearm is resting perpendicular to his collarbone. Okay, that's why we call it a collar tie. And my hand is gripping behind his head. And what's my hand doing? I'm pulling up with my hand and I'm pushing down with my forearm against his shoulder. Okay, so what happens is I have this arrow going up here as well. I'm pulling up on his elbow, I'm pulling up on his head, and I'm pushing down on his collarbone. And what he needs to roll to his knees, he needs the opposite. He needs his elbow to go down, and he needs his shoulder to go up. Okay, so I'm preventing him from pulling this elbow down. Okay, this arrow is blocked, so I'm not allowing him also to roll his shoulder up towards the ceiling. Okay, so he cannot create a roll. He's really stuck. Now, once I get him in this position, the only way he can roll, if he needs to roll, if he really wants to roll, is to roll away from me. And of course, that's the wrong decision. Okay, if he does that, he's gonna make things worse. Now, here we are. When he does roll the wrong way, I'm only offering him one way to roll, and that's the wrong way. I'm gonna transition to his back. Now, notice how I transition to his back. My knee is off the mat. My right knee is off the mat. My foot is on the mat. And I'm going to connect my chest to his sternum. My sternum to his spinal cord. Connect my ear to his ear. Pull him up on top of me and take his back. Now we're not going to go over the back details. If you guys take a little look here, you'll see some key details. But this video is not meant to go so far in the back control. It's really about just a transition. So here comes the collar tie. My collarbone is my forearm is pushing into his collarbone. I'm grabbing his elbow. I'm lifting it up. I'm stopping him from rolling. Now here's another variation. Sometimes his arm just gets stuck under my arm. That's actually better for me. We're going to see a finish a bit later on from here. But I want to grab his elbow nonetheless, the exact same thing. If his wrist is under my armpit, no big deal. Do the exact same thing. Control him the exact same way. When he tries to roll towards you, he will not be able to. He's going to roll away. When he rolls away, I'm just going to transition right to his back. Simple stuff here. Connect your ear. Get really low, really tight. Notice the position of my legs. Notice the position of my arms. And take his back. Okay. For the beginners out there, just take his back any which way you feel comfortable. And in the future videos, we'll look at a lot of key details in back control. Now, watch here. My opponent was successful in turning to his side for whatever reason. Sometimes my grip on the elbow slips. Sometimes the guy's so powerful. And now look, he just rolled to the inside. Okay, he was strong and able to roll towards me. No big deal. I'm still going to take his back. Watch what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to step over his head and transition to my seatbelt position, the back attack we did earlier. I'm going to drop really low here to make sure he doesn't put his back on the mat. And I'm going to connect my sternum to his chest. I keep saying that. Sorry, I'm going to connect my chest to his spinal cord is what I meant. So that he doesn't put his back on the floor. And now I have my seatbelt again, ear to ear. I'm going to lift him up. I'm going to reconnect my ear here again, stay really tight. And again, I'm back on the back attacks here. I'm choking my opponent. And I can also sit back and put him in full back control. So here we are, knee on stomach. Here's my collar tie. Here's my elbow grip. My opponent is slipping out. He's slippery. He's really strong. I didn't get a good grip. As he turns to his side, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my outside leg, the one we were talking about earlier. I'm going to step over his head. Okay, that's all I got to worry about. Step over his head and get to the other side of his body. Now, when I step over his head, my other leg is going to do a spinning hook kick. That's how I like to teach it. You know, you do a spinning hook kick. If you ever did karate, it's going to come in handy. You do a spinning hook kick. And now look how low I drop my upper body. This is really key here. Now, I'm going to show you guys in a second how most people land when they do the spin. Okay, they land like this. When you land like this guy's easily going to put his back on the ground. And then you went from side control to side control, which is not what we want. We want to go from knee on stomach to back attack. We don't want to go from knee on stomach to side control or from side control to side control. We want to go to the back, or if he does put his back on the mat, he's really quick, we're going to go to katakatame. Now, for those of you who know katakatame, you know there's a lot of details to katakatame. I'm not going to be covering this in this video. We're going to be doing arm triangle videos in the future. But the number one thing you need to know, for those of you who don't really know this position, is you need to get this elbow to the ground and you need to get your head to the ground initially to make things tight. Okay, there are various ways of finishing it. Get this elbow to the ground, get your head to the ground, lock your hands any which way you're comfortable. See, my hands are locked here. I like a palm-to-palm grip. You don't see my hands, but this video is not a katakatame video. This video is a transition video. Knee on stomach to back, knee on stomach to katakatame. We will look at those details in the future, in future videos. So watch here again. I have the collar tie. I have the elbow. He turns towards me. My left leg is going to step over the head. My right leg is going to do a spinning hook kick. I'm going to drop really low. Look at my hips, how low they are. I'm going to connect my sternum to his spine. And I'm going to try to drive him to the back, okay, to take his back. If he doesn't allow me to do that, notice what I do here. I drop my hand, my head behind his tricep, and I drop my elbow to the ground. Now, this is a finishing hold for those of you who are just starting out. It's also a phenomenal pin. Here's a step over, drop your waist. Look how far I drop my waist. Connect my chest to the spinal cord and lock him up. This is a great transition, okay, for those of you starting out. This is an easy one. Knee on stomach. Now look here. We were talking about that sometimes my partner's arm is just stuck underneath my arm. It's just the way it is sometimes. Sometimes they put their arm there. Now when they do that, it's a really horrible mistake because it's really a checkmate real soon. Okay, so watch here. I'm going to slide my foot up. We're going to look at the details shortly. I slide my foot up. Look at this here. Knee on belly. I have the collar tie. His arm is underneath my arm. I slide my foot up. Once I slide my foot up underneath his armpit, this match is pretty much over. Okay, watch. I'm going to base my right hand, step over his head, and sit back into a very tight armbar. Okay, we're going to go to the shotgun grip. Look at this shotgun grip, exactly how it's done. Watch this. One palm under, one palm over. It's really that simple. Okay, now his wrist is stuck underneath my armpit. I removed my left leg so you guys can get a good view. Normally my left leg would be over his head, but look at this grip. This is what we call the shotgun grip. This is the grip you're looking for. Don't fumble around with any other type of grip. This is the one. It's super tight. Okay, so watch here. I'm trying to prevent my partner from rolling to his right. He puts his arm under my armpit. Watch that motion again. Watch here. Look at my right foot. Look at my right foot right here. This foot right here is going to slide up under his armpit. Okay, and my instep is going to control his armpit like a butterfly hook. Okay, watch here. Let's move it up forward. Look how my instep connects to his armpit. Okay, you see this right here? It's real simple stuff here. My instep is connected to his armpit. Now this is going to make the armbar really strong because I'm going to elevate his shoulder with my butterfly hook. And that's going to create an angle on his arm that's really punishing. Okay, now my right hand's going to base. Real easy stuff here. I base my hand. Look at my grip here. It's already prepared. Okay, so this is the bottom part of the shotgun grip. Okay, palm up, and now watch here. Once I sit, my other hand, my right hand is gonna come palm on top and right in the shotgun grip, and this match is over. Okay, that armbar it's incredibly hard to escape. Okay, this match is over. Look how I connect my legs tightly together. Shotgun grip like you saw before, and this match is over. Please make sure to always share and comment and all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.